I'm Rachel and I was diagnosed with endometriosis at the age of 29. I suffered probably from the age of about 15 and a lot of it was brushed off by doctors just saying it was normal period pains. I was 15 when I started my period, and from then I started getting a pain in my lower back and my hips. But a lot of it was just brushed off and thought it was growing pains or any sort of explanation they could put and never link it to periods. It was only later on in life when I started getting sort of more period pains, but I've never in all my life had a normal period. My periods have always been really light and probably last a few days, but the pain with it is unbearable. It was really difficult. My mum died when I was about 8 years old, so as soon as I started my period I had no females around me to talk to. My dad was brilliant, had to get everything ready for me. Sanitary towels were all there ready waiting for the day that I did come on, so I didn't have to say anything. But when I went to the hospital and was told it was period pains, I just listened to them because I had no one else to ask to see if that was normal. I went to the doctors and said the pain in my back and my hips always gets worse around my period. And I asked him to go on the implant to stop my periods, which it didn't. It was, I would have a period every 2 months, and 2 weeks before I started my period I would wake the house up screaming in pain. And then I asked to come back off the implant and go on a mini pill, and it was only then, which I'd been on before, and the pain continued, I knew there was a problem. My best friend introduced me to the Women with Endo charity, and it really helped me to sort of look into other people's views on their bad periods, and it helped me understand endometriosis and helped me push for a diagnosis. The diagnosis I thought was a bit bad. I went to the NHS, but was sent to a private hospital to have my treatment done. I had the laparoscopy, and she gave me the coil at the same time. When she come out, after I was coming round, she told me I had endometriosis, but she left it there. And she gave me the coil as treatment, and that I was discharged back to my GP. I went back to my GP and I explained to him what the last doctor had said and how she had left the endometriosis there, and he told me that is not the case and it needs to be removed because it will only get worse. And the coil can help, and the coil has been amazing for me, but it doesn't help everyone. So I had to go back and have another laparoscopy in December last year to remove all the endometriosis that they could find. I'm really glad I went back to my GP and was told to go and have another referral and another laparoscopy, because if it wasn't for that I'd still be in the same amount of pain that I've been in for many years. It's really changed my life. I think the main thing that's really helped me, and I think it would help a lot of other people, is the Women with Endo group on Facebook. There's so much support there. It's really helped me from, if I'd, like period pains, I said I had no females around me that I could speak to, but the group has got such great support. I've made great friends from it as well. And everyone's so understanding. It's really hard to talk to your own friends who don't suffer the way you do, whereas the group, you know that you can talk to someone else and they're going through the same as you.